Oh hey, didn't see you there. Ugh. I feel like if I wore glasses, this is what it would be like to watch a show without them on. If only we could go higher. 4K anime. The phrase is tossed around here and there due to its popularity on YouTube. Fans will take a boring, slow, ugly clip of anime and do all kinds of things like crimes against nature to it. The average anime is 24 frames a second, and in modern times is normally 1080p. Pick up an anime Blu-ray and there is most of the stuff I said, but that isn't enough for some people. 1080p isn't enough. I want 1081p. If that isn't enough for you, there are softwares that take footage of a lower or average quality, and they find a way using AI to upscale it to a new higher quality, and honestly, it can look pretty damn good, especially when it's combined with 60 FPS, and this is the best thing that my 3DS has ever displayed. And a little bit of smoke that comes out of it makes it a little bit more interesting. Toss it in a program and watch the unnatural become natural. Though it's not completely perfect, there also isn't a single perfect method to do this upscaling, so it's just preference for whatever works best for you. From what I can tell, normally the quality works fine since it's removing a lot of the noise that comes from a lower quality shot, but where it gets tripped up is turning something that isn't 60 frames into 60 frames. That's why I like to draw the in-betweens myself. Only 36 more of those and we have a second. Well, it's been getting better as these edits become more and more common. Softwares are getting better and editors are getting better at their software. There are some artifacts in between shots, especially if there's a lot going on in them. At the end of the day, this is an AI, not even meant to be used for animation, that is taking 24 frames and more than doubling them. And while the goal of raising the FPS is accomplished, sometimes parts of a frame will hang around a little bit longer than they should, or the AI just won't do it right. Artifacts? I'm not an archaeologist, I'm an anime fan! Honestly, there's a part of me that enjoys these clips. It's nice seeing some scenes in a new way. And it's possible that in the future of anime, it may look a little like this, at least on the 4K front. But I only ever want to see these as clips. Like, I wouldn't want to watch a show rendered this way. I mean, don't get me wrong, it is kinda cool and there are scenes that are elevated by the boosted quality, but it's a very imperfect technique, and even when it does work, yeah, I said it looks natural, all things considered, but just gives a whole this isn't right feeling. If the great Shiba Inu in the sky wanted anime to be 4K, he wouldn't have smited Jump Force where it stood. Goku wasn't meant to have pores. I personally like them best when I find them as openings though. There's always movement and stuff going on in an intro, so there's less awkward frames of, man, this is 60 FPS, but people are just hanging out. But this also creates the issue of, man, artifacting gets more noticeable during it. And not every anime feels like it fits being scaled up like this. I feel like certain art styles or things of that nature lend themselves to a more natural quality, but seeing something like Unlimited Blade Works rendered this way is both awe-inspiring and insanely fitting. That could just be because of how talented the people who edited some of these examples are at their software, but I also like that because of these, you know what? At least they're being put on YouTube when they're edited like this. I just want to watch anime openings, and if I have to kill my bandwidth to do that, then so be it. A lot of times the only reason a scene or opening is on YouTube is because of the upscaled render someone did for it, and I am insanely grateful for that. Well, it's becoming more and more common for license holders to slap an opening on YouTube because, come on, the views speak for themselves and it's free advertising. Not every opening is easily available, so these edits coming out, well, at least it's on here. And if it's possible, it'll be the creditless version and it won't have all the company's watermarks put all over it. Another one here. What, if half the screen isn't filled, how will they know it's me? All in all, I both like and dislike these edits. It's a new way to experience media that I know I like, but I would be upset if you told me this is how anime was gonna look from here on out. It's almost too slick and too smooth. While smoother moves work well enough, it really hurts sharp, impactful movements. Like, you can't stop for a second to just feel the weight of something. The scenes here were not designed to be this smooth, and for it to hit that 60 frame mark, a lot more would have to be redone than just adding the frames. Timing and animation is a big deal, and just this way of art is so much more complicated than it appears. Of course, if an animation was designed to be 60 frames, it will have both the benefits of an AI generated and a natural 24 frames. but I feel like that much work wouldn't be worth the quality that would come from it. I don't know, I do think 4K anime is going to happen and we may get an upscaled re-release here and there. I don't think unofficial or fan upscalings are the worst thing in the world though. I would give them a big old rating of neat, but I wouldn't want someone to take a show and throw it through the frames up machine and call it a day. I've never had an issue with the way anime looks. Like, I've never been like, man, I need to upgrade my computer. I'm only getting 24 frames on God of High School. I don't mind things on the more 4K front, but I do think it's a bit of a gamer mindset that more frames equals more quality. But I overall think that these are neat, they're okay. It's a slightly new way to experience some iconic scenes or openings, and I mean, hey, I always want an excuse to watch a good fight or something like that again, so is it perfect? No, but I don't think it wants or tries to be. But I hate change, so let me just use this remote to lower the quality. Wait, no, it's processing all those at the same time. Oh god, I can taste the pixels!